This is Terry Moten, and I'm a digital marketing consultant with M. Roberts Digital, and we are here in the M. Roberts studio today. Today we've got a special guest with us. We have Wendy McHaney. Wendy is owner of, if you would share with us what your business is and what you do.
Okay, my business is Senior Helpers. I'm the owner of it. I've had it for, I think, almost 13 years now. We opened in September of 2009. I would have called myself the director of operations up until about a year ago when I actually hired a director of operations. So now my job's a little bit different. I'm the owner, so I'm still there every day, but I'm more in a sort of a visionary type position now.
Okay, so Wendy, tell us a little bit more about what Senior Helpers provides. What's the service that you provide to the community?
It's non-medical in-home care for seniors. So it varies anything from helping running errands, doing some housekeeping, to 24-hour care for someone who maybe is transitioning home from a hospital or rehab stay and needs some help for a while with bathing and dressing, ambulating, things like that. We also do a lot of Alzheimer's and dementia care, and basically everything in between. It's very customizable, so some people we see once a week, some people we see a few times a week, some people we see 24 hours, obviously.
Okay, so and I know we have an aging population. What is it that people need to be asking themselves when it comes to in-home care? What are the big things that come up?
Well, there is a lot, you see a lot these days of just, I would sort of scams, I guess is what I'm thinking of, where elderly fall victim to scams. They maybe don't quite understand the workings of computers and the web and so forth, and they can be easy targets, especially through that as well, through phone calls. I read one the other day where someone actually came to their door and stole some jewelry. So it's just there's a level of protection there that if you're looking for income care, you obviously want to make sure you've got someone trustworthy. So with an agency, we're going to run a background check. We're going to do drug testing, pre-employment as well as random. We are actually working on a pretty extensive skills and training program for our caregivers. We call it the Center of Excellence. We're just starting to get that kicked off the ground. So people, if they didn't have a lot of experience coming to us, we can make sure that they are trained and able to do the best they can with their clients. So if you're looking for care, I would certainly want to go through an agency for all of those reasons. We also have staff 24/7 that answer the phone if there's any problems. Our caregivers have to clock in and out when they come and go, so we know if they're there or not. We get a message if they aren't. So we're constantly checking, we're constantly watching them, and training. So those are all things I would look for if I were hiring someone.
Absolutely. It's really important when you're starting to look for care for a family, and you brought up some great points of having somebody where the caregivers they have are going to be licensed, bonded, they're going to have ongoing training. So I know those are some very important things. Now, Wendy, you do a lot in the community as well. I see Senior Helpers kind of out and about. How has it been being a woman-owned business in the Crossroads? What's that experience?
It's funny, I get asked that question, and it's something I don't really even think about. I never really thought of it as women and men owning businesses. I don't know how to even really distinguish it or what the differences are. I have a lot of female friends that own businesses, and I just don't think any differently of it, I guess.
Got it. And that's something that makes a lot of sense. Well, when you really look at what's being done in the Crossroads with multiple businesses, but when you kind of look at women-owned businesses, what's one piece of advice that you would have for an aspiring female entrepreneur?
I would say the biggest challenge is I opened this business when I have 3 daughters, and I think my youngest was not even 2. So they were pretty young when I opened this business. So that was challenging. And now I've got, my oldest is in college and my youngest is a freshman in high school. So I've gone through the business.
They've grown up
with the business, and you know, it's hard juggling it, and one of the things when I got my office was I wanted it near their school so that they could come over after school and do their homework at the office, so I could be there with them after school. And it's just, I guess my advice is you gotta figure out what's gonna work for you and what that balance is gonna be. Now my challenge is more where I have $2 in sports, so I've gotta be at sporting events in the fall on probably 2 or 3 times a week. So that's today's challenge. So, and I think that's probably something that's unique for women that men don't necessarily deal with as much as the women do, because we are, you know, we're mom. We have to be there. We have to be at everything. So that can be challenging.
And that's something I certainly understand, having to, you know, be mom, be an entrepreneur, be working, and I just had one daughter, but who was very active, but I understand that balance that you have to make. Now, tell us, where can people find out more about you? So if somebody is just wanting to know about, you know, Senior Helpers and back to the services that you provide, what are the different ways people can find out about you?
Probably our website is the best place to get more information. It's very extensive. You can click on About Us and see all the people that work in the office and all of our background. There's a tab for all the different types of services that we provide. There's even now a chat, a live chat where someone can go on and ask questions, and the questions are answered, or they can get more information that way. But that's certainly the best starting point. Then if you need more information, you can obviously call the number on there and ask more questions.
Okay, well, excellent. Wendy, I just want to thank you for being a female entrepreneur here in the Crossroads. I know that you do a lot for the community with Senior Helpers, and we just want to say again, thank you for everything you do. Make sure, if you're looking for in-home non-medical care, check out Senior Helpers. Take a look at what they're doing, how they really provide excellent care for people that are in the community. And let me ask one last question. What geographic area do you cover?
Well, that's actually a very good question, because we just opened a San Marcos office. We actually opened it, I think, back in January.
Oh, wow.
So our territory is actually very big. We have Victoria's the southernmost part. We go, they're actually challenged northwest to San Marcos, up to the Bastrop, Blooming Law Park area, and then over to Breno. Okay. And then at all points in between, El Campo, all along 59. So we are starting to branch out into those areas. Like I said, we just opened an office in San Marcos. We're looking maybe more towards the Bastrop area next. That seems to be another area we're getting a lot of inquiries from. So.
Well, excellent. So if you're not just in the Crossroads, but if you're in that everywhere from Bastrop, San Marcos, all the way down 59 area, make sure contact Senior Helpers for your in-home non-medical care needs. And again, Wendy, thank you for coming out to see us. And we look forward to talking to you all about our next female entrepreneur in Victoria very soon. This is Terry Moten, your business problem solver with M. Roberts Digital.